had a follower request a doll based on my Marzi character from my webcomic Introvert Doodles. Well, she needed a friend, so I made a boy pattern as well. And then I had so much fun making them that I decided to throw in a mermaid pattern too. So today I'll show you how to make these 3 variations of a rag doll. Start by downloading the free pattern from madebymarzipan.com. For the girl or boy doll, you just need to print pages 1 and 2. To make the mermaid, print pages 1 and 3. Cut out the pieces as indicated on the pattern. When it comes to adding a face to your doll, you have some options. You can hand sew button eyes and stitch a mouth. Or you can use acrylic paint or fabric paint to create the face. You can either hand stitch the hair to the face with embroidery floss for a vintage feel, as I did with the boy and girl dolls, or you can sew it with your machine, as I did for my mermaid. Now I'll show you how to sew the torso. For the girl doll, match the neckline of the dress to the neckline of the head, right sides together so the dress is covering the face. Repeat for the back of the head. Do the same for the boy, flipping the torso on top of the face, right sides together, and matching the neckline. Pin and sew with a 1/4 inch seam along the neckline, then press. We have a little extra work for the mermaid. Pin the felt bikini top to one torso piece and the band to the other. Pin so they extend slightly past the edge. This allows you to easily line up the bikini and band pieces. Top stitch the bikini pieces, then trim the excess felt to align with the torso. Fold down the torso piece so the wider edge aligns with the top edge of the tail piece. The fabric should be right sides together. Pin in place, then attach with a 1/4 inch seam. Press the seam. Now fold down the head piece so the neckline of the head and the neckline of the torso align. Right sides should be together. Sew along the neckline with a 1/4 inch seam. Next we can sew the limbs. Place 2 matching pieces right sides together and sew with a 1/4 inch seam. I chose a striped fabric for the girls' legs and kept the skin tone for the boys. If you're sewing the mermaid, you'll just need to make the arms. Notch the outward curves on your seam and clip the inward curves. Be careful not to snip your stitches. Turn the limbs right side out. You may find it helpful to use tweezers. Stuff with polyfill, leaving the top 1/2 inch empty. Pin the arms on top of the torso, pointing inward and crossing each other. Then lay the back piece on top of the front piece, right sides together. Pin all the way around, being careful to line up all the edges. When sewing the mermaid, leave a 3-inch gap along one side of the tail for turning. For the boy, leave the bottom curve of the torso open to add the legs later. When sewing the girl, leave gaps along the base of each ponytail so you can pull them through. Then leave a 4-inch gap along the bottom of the dress to add the legs later.
I don't feel afraid to innovate. Don't miss a chance to be creative. Don't. Why don't I try this at home? Try this at home.
Clip and notch the curves. Turn right side out. Carefully pull the pigtails through the holes. Stuff the torso and head of the doll. For the boy and girl, insert the legs at bottom. I decided I like it better when the seams on the legs face the front. Machine sew along the bottom to close. For the mermaid, pinch the hole shut and hand sew with a blind or ladder stitch. You can stitch the small holes on the back of the girl's pigtails shut. Then add ribbon bows. I hope you have as much fun sewing these dolls as I did. To download the free pattern, visit madebymarzipan.com and search for doll.
Try this at home.